Welcome back. Vanessa from the Healthy Lifestyles team with you again to deliver some stretches. Primarily this time we're going to be working on the lower back and we're going to be on the floor. So this may not be appropriate to all people. So do just check in with yourself, make sure that you're feeling okay to exercise today. And if you are going to attempt to go down to the floor and you think that you may need some support or some help to get back up, then please do pause the video and position yourself near to a chair or a table that you may be able to use to do so. Check your surroundings, make sure that you're not going to be bashing into anything, as always, and you might also want to have some water to hand. So without further ado, I'm just going to turn sideways and we're just going to lengthen both legs to the floor, really connecting the thigh muscles and the thigh bones, pressing down into the floor, just gently flexing those toes in towards the tummy, just an awareness of positioning ourselves on the mat. Nice lengthening through the back, roll the shoulders back and down, really put some weight through the elbows just to relax those shoulders down, chest up. Nice inhalation and exhalation, a couple of times. So we're just arriving in the moment. Now the first stretch we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. And the hamstrings often shorten and can create lower back pain through lots of sedentary behaviour maybe. The opposite leg that we're not currently stretching, we're just going to bring into the body. So for you, it may be tucking it in, or you may prefer it out to the side, whatever works for your body. Now, lengthening the leg that's stationary on the floor, but you can just soften the knees slightly. Okay, so we're not tensing or stretching too much through the knee joints. We're lifting up and then we're going to lengthen from the body down towards the toes. So keep the chest up, sending the body weight forward and breathing. And up we come. Lift up, go forward. And up we come. Okay, remember just soften that knee. Last time, it might be that you may be able to go a little bit further, maybe able to tuck the head in. So breathing in, down we go. So reaching forward, and if you wish to, tucking in. And then slowly return. Now we've done 3 repetitions, and the idea would be now for you to pause the video and to repeat that stretch, but doing it on the alternative leg. So 3 repetitions on the alternative side. But we'll move forward to another stretch now. And I'm going to go down into a supine position, lying on the floor. Okay. Now my feet are flat on the floor, my knees are bent. I'm just going to press down through my head to tuck my shoulders underneath my body. Hands are flat on the floor, and I'm going to start just by doing some pelvic tilts. So it's a very subtle move from the pelvis. I'm tilting in towards my belly button, and then I'm relaxing and extending away, creating a slight arch in my back. So I'll move my arm out of the way, so tilting up and then extending away. So we're getting a little massage on the lower base of the spine. Now either continue with that, or we can go further and we can grow the pose by lifting the bottom off the floor. So we start with the tilting in towards the belly. We're going to squeeze the glutes, the bottom muscles. Hands are coming down beside us, and then we're very gently lifting and pressing down through the feet, using that connection to the mat until we've come up into bridge pose. Breathe. And then slowly returning and really thinking about, at this point, just articulating each of those bones in your spine, keeping it nice and slow till you touch down, and not forgetting to release the pelvis, so let it come back out of that tilt, and just relax the quads, relax the glutes before you re-engage. So flex in, squeeze the glutes, engaging the quads in the thigh muscles. Up we come into bridge pose, slightly higher this time maybe. And then slowly again, think about top to tail, coming down slowly. And finishing off by releasing the pelvis, releasing the glutes, releasing the quads. For the last time then, you could take your arms up above with you over your head, providing you haven't got any obstructions. So I've just checked, there's no obstructions behind me. So I'm going to continue the same stretch, tilting the pelvis up towards the belly button, lifting the lower base of the spine, engaging the glutes, engaging the quads, pressing down through the feet. Hands are coming with me up and over my head. And breathe, pressing down through your feet. Feel your connection with the ground. And starting from your fingertips, we slowly return. When my arms are at 12 o'clock, I'm going to start rolling down through my spine. Again, making it really, really slow. Finishing off with the hands coming down to the mat, releasing the pelvis, relaxing all of those muscles. Excellent work. So we're going to bring the legs up now in towards the tummy. So we're just using our legs up. Now, if you have an obstruction here, maybe you can't get your legs in towards your body too much, then you can extend the knees out and then just bring them in a little bit further. Okay, so just be mindful of your own physique and just holding on to your knees or gently putting your hands, and then you can use your hands just to guide and gently massage the lower base of the spine. So keep it nice and soft. You can explore a little bit here, forward and backward. And might be a particular area that feels quite nice, it feels quite tense, so you just want to roll in that area for a bit longer. And then do what you can do, but you can hug the knees into the chest. If you feel that you want to and you've got the flexibility, you could just lift the head up and tuck in nice and small. And relax. Now we're going to keep one knee in at the chest and we're going to lengthen through the other leg. Now it may be that you can't lengthen completely, so you might need to keep a little bit of bend in the knee joints. Experiment with this, you can extend a little bit further and then maybe down to the ground. So you decide what works for your body, but we're just going to hug the knee in with the alternative leg extended. Focus on your breathing. Now using my arm to guide me, I'm just going to bring that knee over to the same side shoulder. So we're just opening up through the inside of the thigh, again squeezing up. Guide the leg back to centre, and we're going to guide the knee over now across the body. So knee in line with hip, the opposite arm can go down and just gently guide the leg across the body. So we're trying to remain contact with the floor, with this shoulder. So we're working on rotation and a glute stretch. And then return. So once again, you could pause the video, you would be swapping your legs over, squeezing the leg in, and then taking the knee open to the opposite shoulder, to the same shoulder, sorry. And then guiding the knee across. So knee in line with hip and then across the body. Keeping the opposite shoulder on the mat, on the floor. So don't compromise that. Don't take it too near to the floor if your shoulder raises. We want to keep that shoulder on the floor. So nice rotation through the spine. And slowly return. Okay, returning both feet to the floor. We're going to we're going to do another stretch for the glutes. This time we're going to pop the foot onto the knee. We can just press the knee away, just opening up through the hip joints. And if you're ready to do so, lifting the opposite leg off the floor. And now we're really feeling a stretch here. Active toes, really see my foot that's off the floor, nice and active. Slowly come down. And if you want to return, so come up make it a more powerful stretch, we could extend the supporting leg to take that into more of a stretch at the back of the leg as well. Again, active toes, heel up to ceiling. And slowly return. So always come out of the stretches nice and slowly, returning to the floor. So again, pause the video, repeat on the other side, starting with the supporting leg, and then up we come. And then the second repetition, you might lengthen the leg to the ceiling to grow the pose a little bit further. Okay, so I'm just going to take my body across now to the left hand side of the mat. So I'm just using the pressure through my feet to lift my bottom up, and we're going to take that stretch that we did previously, so putting the supporting leg down and then the heel on the knee. I'm going to drop down to the side, same as I did before. I can have my arms out to one side, keeping my shoulders flat. I'm dropping my knee down towards the floor, looking over my opposite shoulder. So good stretch here for pain in the lower back, sciatic nerve pain, stretching the piriformis, the glutes. And slowly come up. So to repeat on the other side, firstly take yourself to the opposite side of the mat. Pop the heel on the supporting leg, and then slowly taking your heel and your knee down towards the floor and looking over your opposite shoulder. So all the time remaining in contact with your shoulders on the floor. And slowly return. Pressing down and then unravelling. So we're going to finish off with a nice relaxation pose, which is also good for the lower back. So we're going to turn our knees down onto one side, rolling over onto our shoulders and using the hands to come up and transfer onto all fours. So from here, we're just going to tuck down, bottom down to our legs, hands out in front of us, and head down towards the mat. So here you might want to use your blanket or your towel. Just relax the shoulders a little bit. If you want more of a stretch in the shoulders, then wiggle the fingers away. But if it's more of a relaxation, then just bring the shoulders back down. And in your own time, when you're ready to do so, uncurl. Pull that belly button back to the spine. concludes the stretches that we're going to do today. I hope again that you found those useful. Do take the opportunity to pause the video and go through them again, repeating them maybe 2 or 3 times on each side so that you get the maximum benefit. And as I said in the last video, try to make stretching part of your daily routine to keep you mobilised and moving at this time. So thanks again for taking the time to watch this, and I'll